Coming up in this edition of 15 News, it's time to get into shape for two of Southfield's most popular 5K races, and we have the details. And lastly, local leaders recognize area youth. We'll have all these stories and much more on this weekly edition of 15 News. The spring season is a time when many area residents begin committing themselves to working out. The city of Southfield has numerous health-focused events, including the popular summer Solstice 5 and 10K races and Family Fun Walk, along with the annual Tone Up for Tune Up 5K that highlight physical fitness while also helping local families in need of car repairs. These races are great opportunities to get much-needed sunshine and exercise while helping out the community. If you haven't started training for them yet, there are local organizations such as Good Form Running and Run Detroit that have the perfect training regimen to fit everyone's needs. If you like walking or running in an urban environment where you can enjoy the sight of historical buildings, Run Detroit may be the right choice for you. Their runs take place at Detroit's Eastern Market 2 to 3 times a week. Their main goal is to get people off the couch and get moving while aiming to finish a 5K race during the spring or summer.
Run Detroit is a run specialty shop. So we are a retail store that has anything and everything you could possibly need for running, and many things you didn't even know that you needed. And then with that, we also have a lot of programming that goes into it. So we have a very active Saturday running group. And then twice a year, we do a Beginners 101 program just to help introduce people to the sport. We heard a lot of people saying, oh, I don't run, let me get in shape first, and then I would come to a group run. So what we wanted to do is take all of the excuses or barriers that we hear and find a solution for them. So we've created a program that is very open and welcoming and encouraging, and it's beginners specific. So you don't have marathoners running circles around you. It's really just beginners working with beginners to help you get to the finish line of your very first 5K. Effort is going to be very individual. Some of us are going to excel just a little bit faster than others, so we really try to tiptoe around having some sort of goal or expectation for the individual. Everybody's going to come with their own goal, and that's what we want to do, is help you reach that. On graduation day, some people are going to run for 35 minutes and they're going to cross the finish line running the whole time. Some folks are going to do a walk jog, and we might do 5 minutes of jogging and 2 minutes of walking. And somebody else might be doing 7 and 2. So the individual results are going to vary, but the expectation is to get you across the finish line with a smile on your face and feeling like you accomplished something. Just get out there. Go around the block once. That's all you got to do. Lace up any shoe that you have in the closet, make it a block around, one lap around the block. And then if you can do that with a partner, now you've got somebody to help share in the highs and the lows, and you've got accountability. You know that so-and-so is going to be there. It doesn't matter what the weather is. It could be windy and cold like today, and your partner's waiting for you.
If you're looking for something a little more challenging but need help correcting your stride, Good Form running events take place all over the Metro Detroit area. Recently, at an event GFM held at Fast Training located in Troy, Michigan, they focused on how to perfect posture, stance, and leg and arm movements to prevent injuries while running or walking.
So Good Form Running is basically a simplified running mechanics course, and we do it for free at all 3 of our area locations at New Balance Utica, New Balance Troy, and Farmington Hills. The object is to simplify how to run with good technique using basically 3 simple points that we teach, and to keep that work list more direct, more simple to follow so that you can have success quickly. I think in a lot of running programs, what people focus on first is how much do I need to walk or run, so the duration or the distance. Something that we find is just not often talked about enough is, am I performing those movements correctly? And although we can all walk and run, at least we assume that, sometimes the way that we move is leading to injuries or setbacks, again, diminished performance. So what Good Form Running looks at is how to fix those things so that you're more successful, avoiding injury, being more efficient with your movement, and ultimately just enjoying it more. Clinic that we're doing today with the folks at FAST, Functional Athletic Sequence Training, is really taking what happens with Good Form Running to the next level, with specifically looking at exercise that's going to help complement your performance. And that might be, again, dealing with an old injury. You're like, gosh, I'm not sure if I can do this because I've had a lot of knee history. So what specifically can we learn about that through proper assessment and then the exercise that prepares the body for success?
If you prefer to train on your own, Southfield has wonderful parks, nature trails, and walkways for your enjoyment. But remember, consult your doctor before you start any physical activity or training program. For information about Good Form Running, visit goodformrunning.com. To learn more about Run Detroit, visit run-detroit.com. For more information about the Tone Up for Tune-Ups race, visit toneupfortuneups.com. And to learn more about the Summer Solstice race, visit southfieldsummersolstice.com. The Southfield Youth Assistance Program recently held their annual award ceremony to recognize the achievements of over 20 area youth. The youth were recognized for their volunteerism and service in the community, positive personal growth, academic performance, and their willingness to commit to continuing their hard work throughout their lives. The event took place at the Lathrop Village Community Room, where many local dignitaries showed their gratitude towards these young people making a difference in the community.
Today is the Southfield Youth Assistance Youth Recognition Award Ceremony. We are honoring kids for outstanding community service that have really gone above and beyond in helping the community and helping other people. People that have done outstanding academic achievement, which are not necessarily the honor roll kids, but kids that maybe have really brought themselves up from doing poorly to really getting on the path to success.
Our goal was to do something that would help these vulnerable youth heal and believe in their self-worth.
Established to prevent troubled youth, the Southfield Youth Assistance Program focuses on providing services to youth and their families within the Southfield-Lathrop Village area. They offer short-term counseling services to youth who need additional support at home, school, or within the community, while also engaging them in positive experiences while enhancing their social, academic, and interpersonal skills. For more information regarding Southfield Youth Assistance, visit southfieldya.org. The Boy and Bear statue has been moved from storage and into its final home at the Southfield Public Library Friday, May the 6th. Moving forward with this big move marks the success of establishing art in the community. But it has been a long, tough journey for the Boy and Bear, and here's how you can help out.
As everyone knows, Northland Center closed in April of 2015. And at that time, court-appointed receiver was going to sell off the art. This is a historic collection that many people had viewed over the years. It's always been in Southfield. It should stay in Southfield. We ended up securing the art, and we crated it up and put it in 2 city warehouses. And that's where it's sitting until this day, until we had a plan for the placement of the art. And so the Art Commission made a number of recommendations, and one of them was to take the bear and boy and to put it into the rotunda of the library. And it makes sense because every week thousands of people come into the Southfield Public Library. And so this is a place where this iconic sculpture will be seen for generations to come. And then we set about this fundraising campaign because we need to pay back the $500,000 loan, and then we need $100,000 for moving the art and installing it. And so I'm glad to report that we have $300,000 already towards the $600,000 goal. And I just want to say that I thank all of you for considering this project and valuing art. It's only going to enhance our community.
The private unveiling of the Boy and Bear statue for the Boy and Bear crowdfunding supporters will take place May the 19th and a public unveiling May the 23rd. To donate to Free the Bear crowdfund, go to gofundme.com/freethebear. Check cityofsouthfield.com for more information. A Southfield neighborhood recently experienced an oily situation. An over 70-year-old oil well began leaking and bubbling salt water, causing a foul odor to proliferate a local neighborhood, prompting resident concerns.
Well, what started everything is that we were reviewing the application for the Word of Faith. One of our geologists found a dead spot on the ground nearby. We came out and investigated it. and we found that the brine was seeping out of the ground. We checked our records, and there actually had been an old well drilled here in 1939. Once we entered it, just a couple of days ago, we found out that it hadn't been plugged properly back in the old days, and now we're going to go in and re-enter it and plug it properly.
Crews have been working around the clock to clean and reseal the area to prevent further damage.
The end result will be that the whole hole, 594 feet of hole, will be filled back with cement, so all the brine and everything is cut back off and sealed back where it's coming from. Well, we have taken samples. Our own sampling crew has been out here to sample the soil and the water and the sediments in the creek. The AK, one of the other consulting firms working for the city, has also taken samples. Once those samples come back, which should be in about a week or 10 days, we'll know a lot more about what's going on.
While residents and City Council are awaiting the results of the soil quality test, this issue is a microcosm of some of the concerns residents have towards the local faith-based institution Word of Faith's proposed oil well drilling.
At the end of the day, the most important thing for the institution to do is to protect the community and protect the habitat. They need to put themselves in the place of Southfield residents, that you wouldn't want anybody to come in and just devalue your property or jeopardize your health. Even though the well at the current subdivision took 75 years to leak, that's still within the lifetime of someone. And imagine you being 75 years old and you're next door to this seeping well. I want them to feel empathy. Just like I feel empathy for that subdivision, I want them to feel empathy, the Word of Faith, to feel empathy for our community.
We will continue to follow this story as it develops. The Southfield City Engineering and Water Departments held a community forum to prepare the residents of Kingsley and Ranchwood Estates and Southfield Manor for a road and/or water improvement project. The current condition of these areas have been a concern for many of the residents in the neighborhoods. The city recognized the need to replace water mains that are approaching 60 to 70 years in age and to improve the poor road conditions that plague the area. In the past 5 years, there have been 4 water main breaks in the Kingsley Estates and 2 water main breaks in the Ranchwood Estates subdivisions. The cost of this project is $3.9 million and will begin in May of 2016 and finish a year later in May of 2017. For more information about the Kingsley and Ranchwood Estates and Southfield Manor road and water improvement projects, contact the project engineer, Kara Parks, at area code 586-817-2424. The sounds of your sump pump humming is as common as the rain showers that fall during the spring season. While the pump helps to prevent flooding by pumping water out of your house, what happens when your regular 120-volt sump pump stops working? A few Southfield residents recently noticed their water bill was extremely high, some totaling $2,000. The culprit? A malfunctioning water-powered backup sump pump. What should residents do if and when their sump pump malfunctions? The city's Water and Sewer Department recommends a professional sump pump certified plumber replace the water-powered sump pump with a 12-volt battery backup pump. Why is this so important? Because without the replacement, residents risk increased water and sewer bills and contaminated drinking water. For more information about sump pumps, or if you have concerns about your water bill, contact the Southfield Water and Sewer Department at area code 248-796-4850. The current economic climate has made it challenging for young entrepreneurs to thrive in their business. However, the Southfield Area Chamber of Commerce has created the Young Professionals Group, a consortium dedicated to mentoring young professionals and growing their business.
It's an opportunity for young professionals to connect with one another, network, maximize each other's networks, community service, outreach, as well as professional development opportunities. And so it's a phenomenal way for individuals to connect with one another and network and expand the horizons.
The Southfield Young Professionals initiatives include year-round activities and events, including Wind Down Wednesday, after-hour networking events at various establishments in Southfield, and much more. Professional development seminars offer networking opportunities to young professionals and service opportunities that engage them in various community-driven events, such as Habitat for Humanity, Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, various food and blood donation drives, and much more. These initiatives promote growth on both a business and personal level.
We are young leaders of our community. We are affecting change, and this kind of pulls us together so that we can all grow as one.
For more information about the Southfield Young Professionals Group, visit www.southfieldchamber.com/SYP. That brings us to the end of the 15 News Weekly Edition. Check us out on Facebook and YouTube by searching for Southfield Multimedia Services. Thank you for watching, and see you next week.